begin tonight with The Little Drummer Boy, originally titled Carol of the Drum, a beloved Christmas classic that tells the story of a poor young boy who is summoned to the Nativity. Lacking a gift for the king, he offers the only talent he possesses, playing his drum for the newborn Christ child. The refrain, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, which mimics the sound of his drumming, has become instantly recognizable worldwide.
In 1916. Its original purpose was not to celebrate Christmas, but rather to serve as a shedrivka, or carol, a song traditionally sung to welcome the new year and the coming of spring. The lyrics tell the story of a shallow flying into a household to predict prosperity and good fortune for the coming year. The carol's fame in the Western world began when it was introduced to the United States in the 1920s and quickly became associated with the ringing of church bells at Christmas time.
Randall Standridge's works are renowned for their playful concept and cinematic scope, and Son of Santa the Barbarian is a prime example of his unique style. Blending the traditional warmth of Christmas music with the epic, driving energy of a Hollywood action film score, this piece asks a simple, hilarious question. What if Santa Claus had a muscular, sword-wielding action hero son? Standridge takes well-known Christmas carols, such as Jingle Bells, Up on the Housetop, and Deck the Halls, and reframes them not as gentle melodies, but as heroic, bombastic themes.
Santa the Barbarian, a child was born. He was raised a barbarian, Nicholas by name, but he and his father were not quite the same. Santa wanted Christmas to remain dark and scary. Young Nicholas thought the holidays instead should be merry. And so the land shook with a great blizzard's roar as Santa the Barbarian and Son declared war. After the fall, a hush filled the air, and people began to gather and stare. They came to see which winter warrior had won. Was it Santa the Barbarian, or was it his son? They now saw a man who was striding on foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. For out of the wreckage St. Nicholas stood tall, and laughing he cried, "Merry Christmas to all!" this the end? Or is this just a new beginning?
Alan Baylock is the former chief arranger for the U.S. Air Force Airmen of note and acclaimed composer for wind and jazz ensembles. Go Tell It on the Mountain is one of the most powerful and enduring of the African American spirituals. It originated in the oral tradition of enslaved people in the United States during the 19th century and was first documented in 1865. The song is categorized by an epiphany carol, focusing on the revelation of Jesus' birth, and traditionally calls for the joyous spreading of the news of salvation to everyone. It is messaged as one of triumphant hope and communal celebration. This is Go Tell It on the Mountain.
Wallace's Midnight Sleigh Ride is a spirited and sophisticated arrangement of a familiar holiday tune, tracing its roots back to the great Russian composer Sergei Prokofiev. The original melody comes from the fourth movement, Troika, of Prokofiev's Lieutenant Kijé Symphonic Suite, Opus 60, composed in 1934. The suite was derived from music he wrote for a satirical Soviet film score. The word troika literally means a group of three and refers specifically to a traditional Russian sleigh or carriage drawn by 3 horses abreast. The movement musically evokes the joyous, animated feeling of a brisk winter sleigh ride.
Paul Murtha is a highly regarded arranger and composer known for his dynamic, idiomatic writing for marching bands, jazz ensembles, and concert bands. In Deacon Jack's Gospel Shack, Murtha delivers a vibrant, high-energy piece that captures the joyous, foot-stomping spirit of a traditional Southern gospel service. The composition is not based on a single specific carol or ritual, but rather evokes the entire style of gospel music a genre characterized by powerful vocal harmonies, improvisation, and an infectious driving beat. The title itself suggests a small, lively venue where spontaneous musical celebration takes precedence.
The 1990 film Home Alone, directed by Chris Columbus and starring Macaulay Culkin, has become an indispensable part of the Christmas cinematic tradition. A story of family, self-resilience, and the holiday spirit. The film's atmosphere is largely defined by the iconic Oscar-nominated score composed by the legendary John Williams. Williams masterfully balanced two distinct musical worlds in the film: the gentle, warm heart of Christmas and the eccentric, mischievous comedy of Kevin McAllister defending his home.
In 2004, the Polar Express became an instant holiday classic, transforming Chris Van Allsburg's beloved children's book into an animated adventure about a young boy's journey to the North Pole and his quest to rediscover the magic of Christmas. The film's emotional core and soaring sense of wonder are largely attributed to the grand, expressive score by Academy Award-nominated composer Alan Silvestri. Silvestri is renowned for creating some of Hollywood's most recognizable themes, and his work here perfectly captures both the thrilling, rhythmic energy of a train journey and the tender, often emotional theme of faith and belief.
Snow is the beloved staple of the holiday season, it has the unique distinction of being a winter song that never once mentions Christmas. Written by the powerhouse songwriting team of Julie Stein and Sammy Kahn during a scorching hot July day in 1945. The song is a simple, cozy plea for bad weather so the singer can enjoy the warmth of being inside with a loved one. Gordon Goodwin, the leader and creative force behind the world-renowned Big Fat Band, is famous for transforming familiar melodies into virtuosic, high-octane jazz fusion showpieces, as he does here in Let It Snow.
Composer Craig Skeffington is well known in the world of educational band music for writing accessible and exciting pieces, frequently drawing inspiration from Latin and Spanish musical traditions. While the title Trofeo de Bolos humorously translates to bowling trophy, the music itself is a far cry from a quiet afternoon at the lanes. It is a bright, relentless, and joyous paso doble, or Spanish march. Who will win the bowling trophy in your family this year?
Bridge is a highly popular composer whose works often tell a compelling story, blending accessible melodies with a rich descriptive orchestration. A Winter's Journey is a programmatic piece that invites you, the audience, to experience the profound, often contrasting emotions evoked by the winter season. It is a musical narrative that moves through the solemn stillness of a landscape covered in snow and the quiet resilience required to travel through it, like we many times have to do in Michigan.
The 2016 Disney animated feature Moana is renowned for its exhilarating score that seamlessly blends traditional Polynesian music with modern Broadway storytelling. This unique arrangement, Get Lost, is brought to life by the Grammy-winning musical theater duo Abigail Barlow and Emily Baer. Known for their ability to infuse cinematic music with contemporary theatricality, Barlow and Baer reimagined the film soundtrack as a fun concert piece.
The magic of Christmas extends far beyond traditional carols, often taking center stage under bright lights of Broadway and Hollywood. This sparkling medley, arranged by the distinguished music educator and composer John Higgins, brings together some of the most memorable and beloved seasonal songs to have been graced upon the theatrical stage and screen. This beautiful medley includes Pine Cones and Holly Berries from the 1963 musical Here's Love, based on the Miracle of 34th Street. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, often associated with the Music Man, though written separately. And we need a little Christmas from the musical Maine. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Enjoy our finale as we send you into the Christmas season if you weren't there already. Thank you.
thank you so much. Merry Christmas, drive safe. We're looking forward to traveling to Texas here soon, so keep an eye out for that. What a wonderful concert. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time.